Well, my name is Dawn. I am the owner and guardian of the Harmonic Egg, Qualicum Beach. And what the Harmonic Egg is, it's a resonant patented chamber that was developed by a female engineer by the name of Gail Lynn in Colorado, Denver area.
Well, my name is Gail Lynn, and I'm an engineer, a dreamer, a rebel, an author, a speaker. I can be whatever I want to be, right? We can all be whatever we want to be. And so, obviously, just like all the other stories of inventors and healers, it started out with me being super sick. 37 years old with severe migraine headaches for 23 years and liver problems and thyroid problems and cystic acne, and my hair was falling out, and I had reproductive problems, and I had recently been into a doctor who said I had severe cardiovascular stress on the verge of an instant heart attack in the heart of an 80-year-old. So clearly not doing things very well for my self-care for 37 years. So I knew I needed to make some changes. And how the universe brings all these wonderful things to you, synchronicity. And so I was at a C-level executive conference in LA. This gentleman was on stage. He was talking about a little boy who was told by the doctors he would never walk, never talk, never grow hair, never have teeth. And he was showing pictures of this boy on the screen. And when you looked at the boy's eyes, you couldn't see a soul. It was very creepy. And I thought, okay, this is really creepy. And he was obviously promoting a sound and light box. And he had said that the mother found him because she was so appalled by the medical community telling her all the limitations of her son. And she said, no, 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 no one gets to tell me what my son can or can't do. I won't accept that. And these are the kind of parents that are angels in the world and, wonderful, wonderful, loving people. And so I'll start crying. So I got to clear that. And so at the end of the presentation, and as he was doing the presentation, he was showing the progression of this young man, this young boy, and you could see the soul come back in his eyes. And then at the end, a little boy walks on stage with arm crutches, with hair and teeth, and can walk and talk.
So what led me to this is I decided I'd retire at the age of 55, which was a little early, just a little tit early. But then again, if I retired at any age, my feeling is I would still want to give back to my community because that's where I'm based in. Becoming a nurse and caring for people is a big part of our communities. So what led me to the Harmonic Egg is I did research, and I'm a researcher by education and nature. So I researched different modalities that were out there. So finally, I was listening to a program on the radio. It was the old Art Bell show, if anybody remembers that. He was way before his time. And then they introduced a radio program piggybacking onto him to carry his legacy, and that was Coast to Coast Radio with George Norrie. So I was listening to that, and lo and behold, Gail Lynn starts to speak and talk about the Harmonic Egg. And I sat, it was like a lightning bolt, never had that before. I've heard of it, but never experienced that myself. A lightning bolt hit. This is what I'm to be doing. Harmonic Egg.
In my engineering mind, didn't make any sense whatsoever, but I bullied my way to the front, which I often do. I, get my Scorpio going. And I said to the gentleman, I said, can this help with migraine headaches? And I'm laughing at myself saying it right now. It helped a little boy who was told he can't walk, talk, have hair. But my thing that was plaguing me was the migraine. So that was my reality and my challenge. And so I said this to him, which was such a silly question. And he said, the body doesn't know disease by name. And I thought, okay, that was really profound. So I ended up going to one of the locations where these light box existed. And within a weekend, My severe cardiovascular stress was gone. And I didn't really think it did anything because my engineering mind, I'm thinking, I'm laying in this box. There's a little bit of light. There's this colored, it's a clearly a painted light bulb that someone painted, and some sounds that were really relaxing. And in my engineering mind, this didn't make any sense. A couple months later, I realized my asthma was gone. My eyesight had improved just from these sessions. I hadn't done anything differently other than that. So I went on this journey. This was in 2007. So I went on a journey to find out why this worked. My migraines had gone from 15 hours to 10 hours, and the intensity of them it was definitely less intense. When I have had a migraine in the past, it was like someone put an ice pick in my head and just wiggled it around for 15 hours. And you really just didn't want to be alive. See the intensity go down and the amount of time go down, which was a miracle to me. And I can't imagine how people who have migraines on a daily basis even, exist. It has to be so hard. The pain is so intense. And as you're throwing up, you're having diarrhea at the same time because of the pain. And so that was for me the miracle. And I thought, I need to bring this to the world. I need to help other people who are suffering with pain or any kind of illness. And as I started putting the pieces together, I realized we're vibrational beings of light from source, from God. Why aren't we healing with sound and light? So that was a huge revelation. And then I started to say, well, why would we heal in a box? It's kind of like a coffin. Why not heal where life begins in an egg versus where life ends in a coffin? Right? The materials that it's made from are from the earth. So the inside is lined with wood. So you're in a forest bathing experience. Rocks are alive, trees are alive, the dirt is alive, the land is alive, the harmonic eggs are alive. They're made from the earth. So it does help to not have any computer screens in there. It's not operated on Wi-Fi or Bluetooth technologies. If you take a EMF meter in there, you're not going to get any EMFs, but you will outside of the egg where the amplifier is, you're going to have EMF. But it's crazy how there's not inside. Yet there's speakers inside, there's the lights inside, there's a subwoofer under the chair as you're getting a sonic massage. And, it's like acting as a Faraday cage.
It's an energetic. It's to do with the magnetic field in quantum physics. It's the electromagnetic field. So we all have it, and we all carry a frequency with us. Even this table that we're sitting at right now, that chair you're sitting on, carries its own frequency with it. And we vibrate as individuals, carrying our own frequency. So, and that's part of the electromagnetic field.
The way I can explain that is because it is the sacred geometric chamber. It's the egg. It's where life comes from. But look at the torsion field of our body, where it has almost like an egg shape, where it comes out and goes around, it comes out and goes around. I feel like what's happening in there is the egg is looking for the imperfections in the energy field or the torsion field and helping to fix those. And when you look at scalar waves, which to date, I don't believe that anyone can measure scalar waves. It's like the clouds, it's like the northern lights. It's pure love. And they think that scalar waves exist in portals. I believe the egg is a portal. The hexagon shape, as the chair sits on the hexagon shape, in the center of a hexagon is a portal. So then you have the contained frequencies. And if you think about it, if you're sitting in front of computer screens or you're in a room, vibration beds, light therapies, different things, beautiful things coming out. I can't wait to try some of the new things that are coming out just for myself to try them. But the energy dissipates into the ether of the room. And then, energies get stuck in the corners of the room. But when you're inside an egg shape, it's not like that. The ripples of the water go out, but they stay powerful. Where those ripples in a room go out and end up dissipating and getting weaker. So the sound waves stay powerful inside the resonant chamber of the harmonic egg. And so, to date, I don't think there's any science that can measure, but I have worked with a DO, a radiesthesiologist, pendulum person, a dowser, acupuncturist, a couple of channelers, because I wanted to make sure that it was doing no harm. I didn't want to put anything out there that would harm anybody. And then creating a space of sacred geometry, we know how powerful sacred geometry is on the planet and how nature will go around sacred geometry. We've had egg centers that have been in the Louisville Marshall fires in Colorado, didn't touch the center. We've had egg centers that have existed through tornadoes in Texas, through Maui. There's 2 eggs in Maui, weren't touched by the damage done there. And then in Fort Myers hurricanes, Florida. So I feel like the pyramids are still standing and so many sacred geometric structures are still standing after thousands of years because nature's like, oh, let's go around that sacred geometry. That's good for the planet. That's good for the land. So it's like, let's go around. So I feel like there's something that has been created that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful geometric form, created with love. And this is what we need, more of it on the planet, helping heal the land as well.
So it's resonant, which means within the chamber itself, it provides music, it provides light. And what the music will do, the music will allow for vibration and for frequency within the chamber, and it's contained right within that chamber. The harmonic egg is sound and light therapy. We work with light from below and above within the resonant chamber, and that corresponds to the energy centers or chakra centers. And also we know, and it's studied, that light has an effect on the human body as well, mind and body. And the instrument is played, has its own notes that are played and its own frequencies that are played.
And then I started to look at the music. The music that was being used in the light box was MP3 files, which are very compressed and cold and clinical. And I wanted the purity of the music from conscious, high heart energy musicians that would be playing the actual instrument, not synthetic sounds, not anything like that. And so I found musicians to create music. So I'm loving my life and I'm creating this music and people are feeling love. Every egg guardian loves their egg. And so I created my brand attributes of the company. Love is our first brand attribute. Then integrity, reliability, and community. In a cooperative business model, which I think in 2024, the numerology is community, it's kindness, it's cooperation. I'm a little bit ahead of my time, but this is beautiful how we're creating this. And that's what I'm going to try to put out and get people to start to realize 2024, kindness, community, cooperation, love, caring for one another. So then when people go into the egg, they feel like they've been hugged. They feel that they're in a womb or a cocoon.
The clientele is anyone who would like to reach a state of deep relaxation. That's what the harmonic egg induces. By inducing the state of deep relaxation, we can have an impact on the body and healing.
90% or more of doctor visits are root cause of stress of some sort. There's obviously other things, but that's what I feel like the harmonic egg resets the autonomic nervous system. It gives the client an opportunity to lighten their load and live differently, create new habits. Because when you're not in your sympathetic, your parasympathetic nervous system with the rest and digest, the body's not functioning right. When people can get out of that stress, we have beautiful, wonderful bodies that can heal themselves. It's just hard to do that when you're in fight or flight or freeze.
with the autonomic nervous system reset, which is always the first session. People living in a sympathetic drive, meaning our heart rates and our blood pressures are up, and that's everyday living. And some people, you can tell when they come in, will require more than one autonomic nervous system reset. We're bringing them down into the parasympathetic, which is slower heart rate, slower or lower blood pressure, and into that deep state of relaxation. So after the first session, then comes your intention. Very important to hold your intention and create an intention on why you're coming to the Harmonic Egg to utilize its services. And by holding that, you can work within yourself to help yourself. The total session is 50 minutes, 50 minutes.
Right.
40 of those being with the light that is chosen with the intention, and the music that is chosen with the intention. And the last remaining 10 minutes is with the lights on only and silence. That's to integrate the session. There's a great deal that people, what they choose to work on, what their intention is. Some people come in for arthritis. Some people will come in for immune type disorders. Remember, when our body's in a state of relaxation, that's the healing time, and that's when your immune system will begin to rise. For pain, people will come in also with pain. There's a plethora of things that people will arrive here and want help with. So important. When the frequency is used, when you experience frequency of any type, it's going to disrupt your cells. It'll go down to the cellular level and disrupt those. So whatever, let's say, disease process you might be working on, if it's rheumatoid arthritis, it'll actually have an effect on cells.
And it is divine intelligence, because I had a chiropractor come in one time and he worked with the chakras. And he said, this is really weird because it worked on my heart chakra first, then it went to my third eye, then it went to my heart again, then my throat, then my root, then the crown. He said, no healer would ever know, okay, now this one is off. Oh, strengthen that one. Now this one's off. Strengthen that one. Now go here. A lot of healers work from root to crown. And then a lot of them forget to close the crown. So they leave people open. So I love the divine intelligence that the egg is, that can really tune into the body real time and find those imperfections and find those places where you're storing the in the little dark rooms, the negatives, and help you to release that, help you to tune into your higher self. And when you're tuned into your higher self, you're tuned into the universal wisdom.
They're researching, and what they're finding is that cancer cells vibrate and sound differently than regular cells. So this to me is very exciting in terms of how medicine in the future may have an effect on certain disease processes using frequencies.
Can't say that I really understand it completely myself because I'm human, but I feel like it came through from other lifetimes and other experiences that I've had. Past life experience and past life regressions have shown me that I've done this for thousands of years. And when I came onto this planet this time, apparently I had a contract. And I remember being in the Harmonic Egg, the prototype, and sitting in there and remembered being born. And that experience was really crazy because I remember my mom and dad being there. I remember doctors being there, but there was something in the ceiling that kind of rubbed their hands together and said, she's here.
Honor, you just finished your session in the Harmonic Egg. How was that for you?
Well, I felt really, really relaxed. And it was, now that I think of it as well, it was very easy for me to get relaxed. I can't report too much else at this point, but maybe things will develop as time goes on.
Yes.
But I'm really glad I had the session.
Yes.
Yeah,
And that
really
is,
good.
that's quite common, that people after, when they experience the Harmonic Egg, it won't be readily observable to that person. However, the people around them may go, Eleanor, you know, you seem a little bit more relaxed, perhaps. You know, they'll see it in your face or in the way that you move, or
Okay.
yeah, or maybe even a response to something that might have caused, you know, a negative kind of reaction that might not happen. Yeah,
Well,
they
I
may
look
notice
forward
a
to
difference.
seeing how that works. Okay.
I do too. Pay attention to your dreams. Some people, things develop more clarity within their dreams.
Okay.
All right.
I'll watch for that and I look forward to my next session.
Thank you, Eleanor. Thank
Yeah,
you so much for
I
being
do.
here.
Yeah, thank you.
They can find me on Facebook and Instagram, and they can phone, and I have a website that's available, harmoniceggqualicumbeach.com. Easy.